Yeah, good afternoon, good evening, good day, wherever you are in the world. This is Carol Matebula here saying, good afternoon, dear beautiful people. So we continue with this Black Life Matters, and it is something very confusing for all of us. Do remember that not before this George Floyd died, we were already getting very terrified because we realized that suddenly this coronavirus was going to be our story, where we don't even know where it started. It started somewhere in China. Suddenly, they were saying that black people are dying in numbers because of coronavirus. So when we say Black Lives Matters, what do we mean? What does that mean, really? And this is where we have to be really so sorry, you guys. I'm just gonna put on the my battery is about to die. I was not aware. Just bear with me. And you might hear a sound in the background because they are fixing their house on the next door. So I'm passionate about the story, and you might wonder why. So, as many of us are passionate about this story of the Black Lives Matters, there are many things that we can talk about when we talk about the Black Lives Matters, and when we talk about racism. What do we mean? What do we mean? Where does this story comes from? And it's shocking to hear white people saying we don't know what white privilege is. We don't know what racism is. Can you explain to us what is racism? That only living in a world together as people and experiencing things that are happening daily for the moment we entered in this world. It does not mean that black people just started living 2 years ago. It does not mean that black people came in this world 10 years ago. We have been roaming this world together for centuries and centuries as neighbors. And one closing his eye or her eye on what her neighbor was struggling with. Now, it is very important for us to realize that we know what's happening. We very, very know what's happening. And the white privilege has made you believe that you're not aware of what's happening, has made you to believe as a white person that you're living in isolation. You're living in this perfect world, really, really this perfect world. And in this perfect world, it's peaceful. And in this perfect world, it has everything, and then everybody suffers and you are not a part of that. Thinking that way as well is already a problem. Where there is central banks, there's a banks of the world, there's money. Today, as I'm talking to you, money, it's locked in warehouses. Golds are locked in warehouses to kind of protect seemingly what it seems as if it's a protective of the ones who are very, very far away from the reality of the rest. And these few people are living in a perfect world, and everybody has to watch them living the perfect world. That's the biggest problem of white supremacy for me as a black person, and saying, as long as you know that there's starvation, there's wars, there's terrorism that's happening around the world. There is nuclear bombs that are created so that it can be sent across because of one person is trying to preserve their resources. Wow, you really, really go and leech them out of their country so that you can protect the perfect world. There is no perfect world. If we aren't, well, all of us living in a way that we have to have a plate of food in our tables, and some of the few who are living non-reality world whereby there's so much food, there's so much whereby they throw away thousands and thousands of food while the rest of the world starve. That's something to look at. And when we talk about white privilege, what does that mean? But that it's not your problem. I'm not gonna blame you for that. That has been a system that you have been living on, and we have accepted it. that and say that's how things are. But when you come to us and say you don't know what white privilege is, and I say this is purely nonsense, you know exactly what does that mean. Now, that is your story. And I do not want to dispute your essence that you've created, because everybody sweat their blood out. Everybody has to sweat to try to reach to that standard that you have created, the Hollywood standard that you have created, that you have to really, really run the ladder so that you can reach where I'm at. You have created that, and it works, and it's going to be like that. Even if we can run around in Black Lives Matters, that's not going to change. So bravo, you have done very well in creating that. We understand that. Now, what I do not understand and I do not take, it is few things that I'm going to mention to you very clear on how you systematically harass others, how you systematically make others feel invisible, make others feel constitutionally irrelevant. And that word I love very much, because of it came from the royal family. I had people from the royal family mentioning it, constitutionally irrelevant, and I understood it. So this is what's happening. Number one, when you often, most of the establishments that we see out here in the world are run by white people. Am I right or not? And that's okay. We are again saying yes to that. Now, when we come to your shops and buy with our money that we have sweat 10 times, we normally work 10 times than you do, and everybody knows this. And then you pay us, and that money that you pay us, we have to come pay back to you, because of most of the establishments that we see out there are mainly yours. You are always on the forefront when it comes to the markets. When it comes to markets, you are really, really very, very loudly and aggressive that I am here and you gotta spend to me, that I love you or not. Your money has to remain in my domain. So I, myself, as a black person, I'm forced to come and buy paint in your home, because if I'm told that when you buy it from the white person, not even when you buy it from white person, the black person who's selling a paint, I have to go to maybe 100 of them, because before one even know where the black person selling paint is. But I don't have to go anywhere, because of paint, it's put to, in one street, there will be 155 painting shops, and there will maybe be one black person or 3 Indian people selling paint. So I'm obliged to come to you. Now, when I come to your shop, you are still giving me an energy of what are you doing here? Even though you're going to take my money, you're already making me feel like you don't belong here. Even though your establishment that you so loudly knowing that you have created, that everybody has to come and shop in your own place. So what you're doing then, you're saying to me that my money, it's dirty. And you take it. One second. They are making such a lot of noise. Yeah, so sorry for my departure. So I myself, my pain of Black Lives Matters runs in different forms and in different. You serve me. You always send this disgusting energy on me that I'm not a human enough. It's like coming into your shop, you'll serve your sister better and you'll serve me as if I'm an animal or something. And this you get over and over and over. Or if I come to your shop, I get followed as if I'm going to steal. whereby you've got every human being steals, but we are made to feel as if we are just thieves that are there to steal. When I get to your restaurants, often you give me your food that has been there for days, because of often you think that I don't deserve to have a certain life because of I come from the poverty world. There are many ways. There are so many. In education, you break the soul of my son and daughters in your school system to make them feel like they are not good enough. You scream at them, you humiliate them because of there is this systematic angry that you have been taught that you have to share. When you are with a black person, treat them with anger and fear. It's like you are the black mambas that are always looking to buy the black person so that she can leave your venom in our skins. And this happens every single day. Either you are a rich black person, or either only when you are famous. And in that fame as well, it's just manipulation. Choose the ones that you serve and put them on the pedestal, and then diminish everything below that. We know all this. So it's that aggression. That's there. How you humiliate, how you educate our people, and only few of them are important, and then the rest needs to be treated like shit. And this we know. I go through that. But then I say to myself, even just walking on the street in the United Kingdom was even worse. I've never seen something like that. When I walk on when I moved in the United Kingdom 2013, I realized that walking on the street, a white woman would move away from her own way to come walk where you're walking, so you can move, so you can always run as if you do not have a space. I had to study that, and I had to say to myself, what is this? I've never seen this before. And I went home and I was confused, not knowing what are they doing? What's going on here? Because I've lived in Belgium, I've been involved in France, in Germany, in Holland. I've never seen something like that, and I had to now reframe my brain and say they are not gonna take my space. And I remember me walking very strong and say, if you're going to walk in my way, you are going to fall down. And I created a pattern saying that they're going to understand that I'm walking here. Where I'm walking, it's where I'm walking. And one day, this girl had a tea, and then she was coming my way. She was shooting my way. And I said to myself, if you come my way, that tea, and I even mentioned it to her, I said to her, if you're coming my way and think that I'm gonna move for you, watch out. That coffee is gonna end up in your white clothes. And of course, she came and think that I was gonna run away, and I didn't. And then that coffee was all over her. And I just said, ta-ta. Be careful on how you look at other people. There is a systems. There are so many systems that you use. There are so many systems to try to intimidate. And that intimidation, our generations do not take it. So these are pities and pity violent of your community. And the second one, it's policing. Completely daily trained gangsterism. Protect the system, protect our history, protect our monuments, protect. And what does that mean? Protect. So the cops in that, and you know, I've as I've said, our brother Trevor Manuel, he has said something amazing. We all signed a contract. But in this contract, who does it serve? And the law of the contract, it's just a bluffer to our face. It is actually a daily robbery that it's designed to hypnotize us to believe that we've got a law. But the mere fact is that the law, it's the watcher of others to protect the white supremacy. That we as people, we have no voice, and we know that we don't have a voice. Because if a white woman does something wrong to me and she calls the cops, who's going to be looked at? She's going to be given more voice than I do. So when you ask yourself and say, what is racism? What is white supremacy? It goes very, very far in a way of us taking our brothers and then insulting their kids and calling them kafir while you sit with him because of you just want to, there's so many things that I can talk about and go deeper, and we have to speak different. Black people have to speak from all different walks of life to try to express how we feel are treated. Financially, finances, all the world, all the glorious world, all the wealth of Africa and everywhere. Our leaders in Africa, they are just a puppet. They have bought on franchise power, whereby this power was created by so-called, what do you call this? What do you call it? Not even civilization that I understand. Democracy, my foot. Democracy, it is this. Democracy, it is democracy. Those who say was not served for me, I don't even know what that democracy is. Because democracy, it's living in peace in this one box where we are all equal and all being respected. This silly little politeness that has nothing to do with others. So, as you are asking what it is, we are saying how do we move forward from here with this Black Lives Matters. For me, I'm saying that it's time. Firstly, it is our duty as Black people to really understand where does the Black Lives Matters. If people treat your money as if your money smells, while that money adds on into the strength of their profits and their economy, it's at high time that we really start working together because we are very intelligent. Let's create our structure where we spend our money among ourselves around the world. And of course, working with people, the white people as our fellow brothers and sisters, but mainly supporting us. Number 2, do not intimidate me because of it does not work no more. It does not. It does not work. That the daily intimidation of you guys reminding us that you are better than us and we are constitutionally irrelevant. It does not work. I really don't think we are. Number 3, here is this beautiful woman who came into the United Kingdom, and she was married to this beautiful king, beautiful prince who we adore, and we have adored that boy since his mom has showcased that actually there's a lot of goodness into the white community, and she was serving everyone. She was a queen of the people. And of course, she came up with these beautiful 2 boys. But the boy that we found that we could resonate with was Prince Harry. And he goes and marry outside of the box of the... And what do? You tear that black girl to the core. The black girl herself, she has a father who's completely... has got the head to the core. Your sons and there has been so much racism towards this Meghan Markle, whereby actually the love that you had for Prince Harry just collapsed because suddenly she was secondary in your eyes because she's married to so-called a black woman, and you immediately vomited her out of your community because she's suddenly not such pure one. Because he was supposed to marry to a white woman. There are lots of things that I see that white people need to look and talk about. Why do we say Black Lives Matter? So these are pities and pity, but the big one is killing our brothers. That's the big one. Thinking that Corona had to kill lots of us. You going to Africa and creating your diseases. To minimize the numbers of the people because you say there's too much people in the world, so you can go and own big houses and lie in this greediness, and this greediness enforces you so that you can keep on being greedy, acquiring more, while you give other people small. So you became God. You were God who, this is what makes me angry. And for centuries and centuries we have been quiet and say, go ahead, do that, do what you want. Yesterday I became angry when I see an 8-year old boy of the African community being harassed by 6 cops, and at the end they put a plastic in his face to try to laugh at people and say, we are crazy. We will kill. We will do to the highest level to protect our power. And killing for us, we have a license to kill, you see. That's what you think. You've got a license to kill. So there are lots of things. There are lots of things we can talk about. And me, I say, I'm very not for this. My forefathers fought for this. My father fought for this. And I'm saying no to it myself today. So let us not continue with these killings. Let us be aware that moving forward, you need to see a black person as one of you. Just as they're walking down there, you don't have to befriend them. You can befriend them if you want to know the mindset of a black person. You can marry them if you love them, and also remember that as you love them, you're gonna learn, you're gonna teach each other because of you. Firstly, you are humans, and secondly, you're dealing with your traumas that you both grow up in, and this is gonna be your subject, and you're gonna have to understand that you are there to support each other, no matter what, because of love prevails. But what we do not want you to know, we do not want you to think that we're always gonna struggle in the face of your systematic world that you have created. Let's talk about health system. When the black person go there, they get to be used as guinea pigs in whatever world that you're dealing with. I don't even go to your hospitals because if I know how can you look after me very well if you hate me naturally? How can you give me medicine? How can you open my body and look after it as you think that I worth not to live well in the world? How would you give me a health that will support my well-being? So there are many ways that we think that we don't trust you. Bring trust to us by treating us with respect. And we are not here for revenge. I'm not asking for revenge. I'm not asking for anything. I'm just asking for respect. We are asking for respect, and we are asking for the lives of our brothers to be preserved. This is me continuing with this struggle. God bless.